Hi, welcome to my channel Glaza Magalanes, the 50 best beaches in the world. 26 Bamborough, Northumberland. Bamborough Castle, Northumberland. Northumberland has several gorgeous expanses of sand backed by wonderful play areas, also known as dunes, but Bamborough is the pick of the lot. Brooding over it is one of England's finest castles, an impressive ring of towers and crenellations around a Norman keep. It's a handy backup for days when the weather turns nasty. Nearby are the Farne Islands, accessible via boat trips from Seahouses, a 3-mile walk south, mostly along the sands. Surfers love the place, as do dog walkers, horse riders, anglers and kite flyers. There is so much space that one thing you will never find is crowds. 27 Peddinvounder, Cornwall. Peddinvounder, Cornwall. The far west of Cornwall is a land of stone circles and tiny coves. Superb tidal sands reach from Logan Rock to Porthcurno and form a vast sandbar that traps and warms seawater in shallow lagoons. There are rocks to dive from and you can wade or swim to several smaller coves. The beach is semi-naturist, and a tricky final descent over rocks keeps it wild and special. There is a tiny cafe in Treen Village serving breakfast and local breads. On wet evenings you can hole up in the ancient Logan Rock Inn. 5 minutes from the beach, on a clifftop strewn with pink thrift and yellow gorse, Treen Farm Campsite charges £16 a night for 2 adults and small tent. Best for backpackers. 28 Praia da Fortaleza, Brazil. Ilha do Mel, Honey Island, Brazil. Ilha do Mel, or Honey Island, is a car-free place where nothing happens in a hurry, though that's not to say nothing happens at all. Mile after mile of gorgeous beach can be found up and down the island, some good for surfing, others for lounging and 1 or 2 for hiking. A decent trek from the main drag of hostels, bars and restaurant takes you to a well-preserved sea fort on the northeast shore that's great for photos. It's perhaps best to go there on the first day while you still have some energy. Ilha do Mel has a helluva party scene. 29 Tekuk Beach, Malaysia. Tekuk Beach, Tioman Island, Malaysia. On the east side of the Malay Peninsula lies Tioman, one of Southeast Asia's more tranquil islands. It doesn't attract as many Singa and mushroom-fueled backpackers as its Thai cousins, but if you want a hammock and a chance to relax, this is the place to be. The beaches are clean and the snorkeling top class, with gear available from hostels and shops just back from the shore. In the evenings, barbecues and low-key parties break out along the beach. 30 Sabang Beach, Philippines. Sabang Beach, Palawan, Philippines. With more than 7,000 islands and more than 22,000 miles of coast, the Philippines is not short of great beaches, but there aren't many better than Sabang on western Palawan. El Nido in the north gets thousands of visitors through the year, but further south the wilder, emptier Sabang is the definition of a tropical beach. Towards the village, colorful and noisy banca boats take tourists to the handful of resorts, but head round the peninsula to the north and a pristine shore awaits. Not far from there, you'll find mangroves and, with a guide, the sensational Puerto Princesa Subterranean River National Park. 31 Amanahashidate, Japan. Amanahashidate Beach, Kyoto, Kinki, Japan. When you think of Kyoto you understandably think of a busy city, shrines and temples, but the name applies to the entire prefecture that has borders that stretch all the way to the Japan Sea. It's there you'll find the sensational Amanahashidate, the bridge to heaven. This 2-mile-long sandbar is covered in pine trees and has been revered for centuries. Most visitors walk across, then take a funicular up a hill on the far side. But stray from the path and you'll have the beaches to yourself, with crystal clear waters gently lapping on golden sands, nudging pine cones down the coast. 32 Tortuga Bay, Galapagos. Tortuga Bay Beach, Santa Cruz Island, Galapagos Islands, Ecuador. Puerto Ayora, the largest and most populous town in the Galapagos, is a fairly charmless place, but it's also just a 20-minute walk from Tortuga Bay, one of the world's very best beaches. Follow a path out of town, past bushes filled with Darwin's finches and lava lizards scuttling across rocks, and you emerge onto talcum powder sand. The rough water is great for surfing, but a challenge for swimmers, so instead take in the pelicans, marine iguanas and the feeling that you're first to discover this amazing place. Best wild and remote. 33 Chesterman Beach, Vancouver Island. Wickaninnishin, Chesterman Beach, Vancouver Island. You could almost pick any beach off the ocean side of Vancouver Island, but Chesterman has the edge. It's the kind of place where you might see kids pedaling along barefoot with a surfboard under one arm. With a bit of luck, and keen eyesight, you might spot orcas out beyond the breakers. Easier to find is the Carving Shed, where local craftsmen turn out exquisite sculptures in traditional canoes. At low tide a sandspit, the Timbolo, gets you out to Frank Island, with great views back to the beach. 34 Monach Isles, Scotland Beach on Sean Eyre Island, the Monach Isles, Scotland. You might roam the globe for years and never find better beaches than those of the Scottish Western Isles, and none of them would ever be crowded. Giga has its fans, Harris too, but real lovers of solitude should try this one on the island of Sean Eyre in the small group known as the Monachs, 8 miles off the coast of North Uist. The soulful songs of the seal colony will haunt your trek across the white sands. That is assuming you can get there. There are no ferries, no flights, no people. A boat is first requirement. Fortunately Hebridean Cruises does take in the Monachs on several of its voyages, spending a night offshore and ferrying guests ashore to wander around the beaches and explore crofts that were finally abandoned in the 1930s. 35 Nemtu Island, Papua New Guinea. Nemtu Island, Papua New Guinea. A 4-day kayak paddle will get you to Nemtu from Noosa Island off the north coast of New Ireland, 600 miles east of Papua New Guinea. It is an astonishing journey, taking in fine beaches, sunken Second World War plains and pristine reefs. But Nemtu is the big treat, an island with the population of 2, surrounded by white sands shadowed by palms that cackle with parrots. The reason this island is untouched lies with local superstitions about strange beasts that inhabit the interior. And if that sounds like King Kong and it means nobody comes near the place, all the better. 36 Jagodna Bay, Hvar, Croatia Bay near Jagodna, Hvar. A single-file tunnel through the mountain takes you to Jagodna Bay, a different world from the swankier east side of Hvar, where those rare migrants, billionaires with good taste, hang out. Near Camp Lily, a tightly packed but friendly campsite, a footpath leads to a beach barely bigger than a tennis court. It is, however, a jewel, clear water with plenty of fish, rocks to dive off and swim out to, and other coves to explore further along the coast. Above the beach, in the pines, there is a small restaurant bar. 37 Vanua Balavu, Northern Lao, Fiji. Vanua Balavu. A private yacht would be handy for getting here. Failing that, take the weekly flight from Fiji capital, Suva, to this craggy, elongated pinch of paradise. There are a few gorgeous sandy stretches, and if another visitor appears, you'd be very surprised. The population is just 1,200 and, in a good year, they get about 24 visitors. Picnic on the sand, snorkel on magnificent reefs where seashells the size of Bluebeard's treasure chest gape up at the rays and sea snakes. As you'd expect, local cuisine relies on seafood, including a giant crab that cracks coconuts as if they were hazelnuts. Best for action and activities. 38 North Shore Oahu, Hawaii. Marvel at Surf Masters. Surfing Pipe Masters at Pipeline, Oahu, Hawaii. Each December, surfers compete for the coveted Pipeline Masters surf title. All the action takes place in cavernous barreling waves that come close to shore. Oahu's north coast also sees the world's best big wave competition, the Quicksilver Big Wave Invitational, in memory of local surfer Eddie Aikau. It's held only when the waves are more than 6 meters high. There's an opening ceremony on the 1st of December each year, but the actual contest has run just 9 times in 31 years. The garden bungalow at Chun's Reef Beach House costs from $199 a night for 2. 39 Druidstone, Wales. Horse riding on the Pembrokeshire coast near Druidstone. Ever dreamed of galloping across the sand with your horse splashing in the waves? Head to Pembrokeshire with Knowlton Stables, which will match your ability, beginner through to Dothraki, to one of its 60 horses and ponies, and take you riding on the brilliantly named Druidstone Beach on the St. David's Peninsula. Sugar cubes not included. Knowlton Stables charges £47 for a 90-minute beach ride and £135 for a full-day experience. Doubles are £97 B&B, self-catering cottage for 2 from £230 for 2 nights. 40 Los Lances, Tarifa, Spain. Kitesurfing kite jump, Los Lances Beach, Tarifa, Spain. This beach on Andalusia's Atlantic coast is perfect for those who want to kitesurf by day and party by night. Home to the World Kitesurf Championships, the 7-kilometer stretch of white sand gets constant, year-round winds. By night, beach bars, clubs and restaurants offer a laid-back surfer vibe, with those same trade winds blow-drying your post-surf Patrick Swayze hairstyle. Kite Worldwide runs courses for all levels, from €625 pp for a week, including accommodation, equipment hire and guide. 41 St. Agnes, Cornwall. Fish for your supper. Ben Quinn of Catch and Cook, St. Agnes, Cornwall. Ben Quinn is a Cornwall-based chef who will take visitors out on his fishing boat, foraging in rock pools for oysters, mussels and crab, or line fishing off a cliff for the ultimate beach barbecue. Think Poldark meets Hugh Fernley Whittingstall. Ben's HQ is Nancaro Farm in Zila, but he'll go anywhere in North Cornwall and work out a menu based on how adventurous, physically and gastronomically, guests want to be. From £50 pp, benedictquinn.co.uk. The Primrose Valley Hotel down the coast in St. Ives has doubles from £130 B&B, Isles of Scilly Holiday Guide, the best beaches plus where to stay and eat. 42 Freights Bay, Barbados, Surfing Surf School. Freights Bay, Barbados. With its warm water and hazard-free beach bottom, Freights, on the south coast of Barbados, has some of the world's best beginner-friendly waves, though clearly it will cost you a bit more to learn there than back home in Croyd. When the swell hits, the long peeling, left-hand waves break at under a meter high, making it the ideal place to master surfing along the open face of a wave rather than straightlining back to the beach. The vibe is super chilled, with friendly locals and some of the world's best rum punch. Moonraker Beach Hotel has studios for two from £65 a night. 43 Dirtle Door, Dorset. Open water swimming at Dirtle Door, UK. If you've been training hard in the pool and are looking for a debut plunge in the Big Blue, a 3-kilometer swim along the Jurassic Coast is the perfect test. It's a UNESCO heritage site and offers one of the most picturesque tidally assisted swims in the world. Sussex-based Swimtrek runs guided swims with support boat throughout August for £100 pp. There are lots of B&Bs in nearby West Lulworth. Try Cove House, with doubles from £100. 44 Esses Salines, Ibiza. Party and beach bars. Playa de Esses Salines, Ibiza. Although set within a nature reserve, this small haven of sun and sand comes with a soundtrack of gently thudding bass drums, because it is licensed to party until just after sunset. As the sun dips towards the horizon, bikini-clad dancers mingle with sunbathers on the ticklishly soft sand. Those in search of something quieter will be happy to know that the secret beaches of Punta de Esses Ports are a short stroll along a footpath from the far end of the beach. For an afternoon of classic, bouncy house, try Melon Bomb DJ's secret parties at the Jockey Club. Hostel Mar y Sal is right by the sand at Platja de Esses Salines. Open April to September, it has doubles from €70 B&B, Holiday Guide to Ibiza, the best beaches, clubs, hotels and restaurants. 45 Hadavik, Norway. Surf deserted waves. Stad Surfing, Hadavika, Norway. Pristine water, jaw-dropping scenery, intermediate waves and no crowds. This is a typical day at Hadavik Beach in Norway's Fjordlands, which is still tantalizingly under the radar. A friendly local surf camp run by champion snowboarder JP Solberg offers guiding, all-in accommodation and board hire. Is it cold? Take 3 degrees off Cornwall's water and air temperature and you'll be about right. From £30 PPPN based on 4 sharing a bunk room, 2-hour lessons from £36 pp, stadsurfing.no. Best city beaches. 46 Arpoador, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Beachgoers at the Arpoador end of Ipanema Beach. Rio is home to 2 of the world's most famous beaches, but Copacabana's star has long since faded. Ipanema Leblon is the place to be, for beach culture and nightlife. Arpoador, the easternmost tip, ends in a rocky headland offering stunning views of the whole length of Ipanema to the Dwarmaus mountain at the west. A favorite spot with surfers, bodyboarders and families by day, it is lit up at night, so perfect for a moonlit dip in Rio's sweltering summers. It also has won the best places in Rio for a sundowner. In a city with so many great beaches and bars, it is strange that the two are rarely found side by side. But Arpoador's Azul Marinho Bar and Restaurant Avenida Francisco Buring is a noteworthy exception, the perfect spot for a caipirinha or cold chope draft beer. Bonita Hostel, 2 blocks from the beach, has dorm beds from about £9. For a treat, the lovely, if suicidally named, Casa Mosquito has B&B doubles from £140. CasaMosquito.com, the top 10 beaches in Brazil. 47 English Bay Beach, Vancouver, Canada. Sunset on English Bay Beach, West End, Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. By day, English Bay beach sands are a mecca for families and volleyball players, but it really comes into its own at dusk. It's then that Vancouverites stroll in to sit on the huge blanched logs that wash up here and gaze out at the sunsets, glass or guitar in hand. West End's coffee shops and the iconic Stanley Park are within easy reach, and it's a prime spot for watching the Honda Celebration of Light fireworks displays end of July. The Beach Bay Cafe has locally sourced, seasonal ingredients, sustainable seafood and cocktails. The walls of the West End's fancy and eco-friendly Listle Hotel, doubles in July from £150, are packed with art from the Museum of Anthropology. Top 10 budget beach hotels near Vancouver. 48 Durban, South Africa. One of the world's best city beaches, Durban has everything going for it. A whacking great sweep of sand, cafes, Art Deco architecture, street life and, in season, June to November, a strong possibility of sighting whales and dolphins as they feast on migrating sardines. You'll also spot locals filling buckets with the fish. There is also top-notch surf and, even if you don't tackle it, the views from the piers of the experts in action are inspirational. The 2010 Football World Cup led to a big cleanup along the beachfront, reviving the area's fortunes. These days it's an absolute gem. Recently refurbished Blue Waters doubles from £39. B&B is a classic beachfront hotel, a taxi driver's tour of Durban, video. 49 Margate, Kent. Blowing bubbles on the promenade at Margate Seaside, Kent. Margate's golden sands have long attracted holidaying Londoners. Now that vintage pleasure park Dreamland has reopened right next to the beach, there is even more fun to be had. The kitsch, retro-themed park, with heritage rides such as 1930s caterpillars, 1940s carousels, 1970s chair-o-planes and the UK's oldest roller coaster, marks its first anniversary on the 18th of June by hosting Dreamland Soundclash, billed as the Notting Hill Carnival, but with a Margate twist. Rides aside, Margate's beach, sea and skies inspired more than 100 of JMW Turner's paintings. The Turner Contemporary opened in 2011 on the seafront. On the site of the guesthouse the artist stayed in when he visited, and new hotels, shops, bars and restaurants have also sprung up. The design of the Sands Hotel doubles from £126 B&B, right on the seafront, was inspired by the seascape outside A Weekend in Margate, art and artisan food. 50 Ocata, Barcelona, Spain. Ocata Beach, Barcelona. Barcelona's not really a city of big parks, so most locals use the beach as a playground. Barceloneta Beach is right in the center but often packed with city dwellers, tourists and blokes selling tat. Do what the locals do and jump on a train heading up the coast. The beach in the almost suburb of Ocata is more than a kilometer of golden sand. It's also famous for its chiringuitos, beach bars, selling delicious salads, tapas, homemade burgers and more. Trains to Ocata take 30 to 40 minutes from Sants, Arc de Triomphe or Placa Catalunya stations. Handy for this last one is stylish Hotel Pratique Vinoteca, summer doubles from €100. Thank you for watching my video. See you again on my next video. Thank you to all my Team iBags family. Thank you my join memberships. Hayat Helwa by Linsky. Gemma Valdez OFW. Megabs HK Vlogger. Buds Pinoso RN. Mayong Vlogs. Princess Mayong. Gaidayong Channel. My Super Chatters. Aljoy Channel. Team Muru. Grace Holder. Eloise Marie Rossi. Mayang Vlogs. Renee TV Vlog. Bayang Chinis. Tatsoy TV. Stephen Berg's Vlog. Lokwit Sarong Negro. Rian and Sakura Channel. Lady Mystery Canada. Goemon TV. Love Life USA. It's me Dia. Thank you all. God bless.